Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your final destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Be careful when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted. If this is your final stop, thank you for flying with us. For those who have connected flights, check the monitors or ask the crew for help. We appreciate your business, and we hope to see you again. Welcome to your final destination.
Welcome back, y'all, to A Flight to Greatness. It's great to have you. I hope you tune in to see what today's episode is about. We just want to provide you background on what A Flight to Greatness is, if you don't mind, Damon, for me real quick.
So A Flight to Greatness, we have a metaphoric meaning where we connect taking the actual flight with entrepreneur, journey, life. So, on a flight, you got to go through TSA. Some things may have to be left behind. You may experience unexpected delays. And once you're in the sky rolling, you think it's all smooth, you get smacked with some turbulence, okay? So we connect that to the entrepreneur journey. We connect that to actual life. And we just make a connection and we flow. We ask people, how do they deal with the unexpected delays? So A Flight to Greatness is a metaphoric meaning. We have a podcast, annual event that we just had February 28th. It was amazing. So, yes, that's A Flight to Greatness.
Yes, thank you so much. And today's co-pilot is Exactly Trayy. Okay?
Exactly.
I know you've seen him. If you haven't, you see him today. Yeah. Okay. So a little bit about Exactly Trayy is he is a streetwear designer and hip hop boom bap artist from Buffalo, New York. He's known for blending fashion, art, and music into a singular creative vision. As the founder of Exactly New York, a luxury streetwear brand, he fuses high-end aesthetics with raw street culture, drawing inspiration from graffiti, fine art, and the energy of the city. Okay? Okay. In music, he does boom bap, sound in bodies. Classic hip hop. Okay. He does classic hip hop storytelling with an artistic edge, reflecting the same authenticity and craftsmanship found in his designs. Okay? Creative. All right. Whether through clothing or through beats, Exactly Trayy represents the intersection of style, culture, and expression. Okay, let's welcome Exactly Trayy.
Boy,
that was good.
It wasn't.
That was good.
I started for a moment, but thank you. We appreciate you coming to the show. Yes. How you doing?
Blessed to be here.
Yeah.
Good. How y'all?
We good, bro.
Okay.
Glad to be sitting with the legend, the myth.
Know what I'm saying?
Hey, honored to be here.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, how do you get into music? I'm interested in that.
It always just been around me for real. Just seeing it on my TV. Being in the car with my mom, her jamming.
Yeah.
But actually being in the studio, I would say like when I was younger, I'm the oldest from my mom's side.
Okay.
So like my sister, she's a painter, where she's low key to the side. Where me, I like to, be out.
Be in the spotlight.
Yeah. So most of my family they from Florida and from New York. I only got like a couple family members here upstate.
Right.
So and all of them is females. So like being the only man, like I automatically stand out.
Right.
But it's hard because I am the only man.
Yeah.
So it's like I had to figure out a way to where my identity spoke, but in a way where I could just be myself.
Right.
So rap was like the only thing, because before rap I was a dancer.
Okay.
So, but when the dance culture shift around like 2013, 2014, everybody was rapping, and I've been rapping, I've been writing, but I never really took it serious.
Okay.
So when I took it serious was when my cousin from Florida had came down to Buffalo, and I saw him in the studio, and he was like, "Get on the mic," and like pretty much like I got good feedback, but then again I got advice too. So it was just like, you know what, let me try it, and I found a studio on the east side of Buffalo, and it was $20 an hour. So every check,
I know that's right.
Every check.
Every check I would just go to that studio and just rap.
Yeah. That's
And
good.
like throughout my years, I've been rapping since like 2015, but as of like 2023 and now is when I really like found myself in like hip hop and art and just with everything, with God, with everything.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, definitely stay tuned.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously, well, all of this ties into our first category, which is mentally get on a flight, right? When you decide that you're gonna purchase a plane ticket to go somewhere, you're gonna do the research. You're gonna talk about what type of different just get some background of the environment you're going to. And you seem very knowledgeable and very polished and wise as an artist, as a creative director, and these different things. So how did you obtain the knowledge that you have? Did you have any inspirations? Like, do you read books? Like, where do you say that the splendor of knowledge that you have? Where did you get that from?
I would just say, you're just getting out there.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't read no book. You know what I'm saying? Right. I ain't read no book. I'm trying to start, but I'm just a in-person guy.
Okay.
So it's just like I feel like the best way you gonna learn is if you there. You know, you can read information, but you might not still not. You know what I'm saying? You still might not know what to do. So it's just like with me moving city to city when I was younger, me going to city now. Like I just went to Toronto not too long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to New York next week. So it's just like just being around, even if you're by yourself with no team. Just seeing people that can influence you. Like I'm in the fashion too, so Pharrell, Tyler Creator, but they are them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Exactly Trayy.
Yeah.
So I gotta not only stand out, but how they do things might be different from how I do it. So I think really just learning and not being scared to fail or be embarrassed, because you're gonna be embarrassed. It's gonna happen, but you learn from it. So
that's good. If you don't mind me asking, so obviously we all have our different journeys and upbringings. How was like your relationship with your parents? How was that coming up with you? Taking a different route. I don't know if your family is has a background in the music and fashion, but like, did they support the decision? Are your parents supportive, or like how was it like growing up and making that choice?
Well, shout out to my dad. He actually passed away when I was 10.
Okay.
My mom, one of my biggest supporters.
Yeah.
Moms they just want the best for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
My baby.
Yeah. So, now throughout everything, my mom always saw that I was passionate about music and passionate about fashion. But when you coming from the east side, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna do it how they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you seeing. So when my mom forced me to go to college, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad she did that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It showed me a different lane. You know what I mean? And it showed me that I can still do the things I'm doing now with my art, but actually do it not only professionally, but the right way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like now I'm storytelling in a different way. And like I'm trying to show kids now because that's what my mom taught me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different way you can do it. Don't be scared to be by yourself. There's people out there for you. You know what I'm saying? And I would say really my mom was the only one, because my family, I would say at least my family in upstate, they just go to work, take care of the kids, and that's that. Like, me and my sister are the only ones that strive. Not to talk down on my family, but
It's your story.
yeah, we just the only ones. We the only ones that's we take spirit very serious. We take God very serious, and we take just our work very serious, no matter how long it takes.
That's good.
Because we are literally the only ones in our family that doing something, and that my other family members can brag about. You know what I'm saying? So
That's amazing. I love that. Listen, we're gonna go on break real quick. We'll be right back. See y'all in a second.
That's what's up.
Menthol is not just a flavor. It's a manipulative way for big tobacco to target, attract, and addict Black Americans. Tobacco companies aggressively market menthol products using elements of Black culture, putting more products on shelves in Black communities, and making them cheaper. And it's not just an injustice, it's killing us. Smoking-related illnesses are the #1 cause of death in the African American community. Help us fight this injustice at notjustmenthol.org.
Welcome back, y'all, to A Flight to Greatness. We have Exactly Trayy. He's an awesome creative. Boom, back. You know what I'm saying? He in the music, you know, he has a brand called Exactly Trayy.
Yep.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Excuse me. Forgive me. But one thing I would like to pick up is, was fear and self-doubt ever a part of your journey in like starting a new thing, especially your brand or even just anything, you know?
Yeah, because you know we come from a hateful city, so it's just if I want to say fear to start,
right?
I would say fear that I was gonna fail, and like sometimes it get dark, sometimes it do, and sometimes you get that feeling like, man, why am I doing this? Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you started, you didn't have those thoughts. You didn't think about failing. You literally said, I would want to do this because this is something, even if I don't get rich, or even if I don't make my family proud or anything, this is something that I'm happy with, and that God is satisfied with me doing. So it's like, as long as you keep that in your mind, like you said, mental health, like you're gonna always succeed. Always. It might not be how you visioned it, but always know that God has a better plan than you ever visualized it. And it might not be exactly how you visualized it. But just as long as you got God on your side and it's moving, you're good.
Real quick, as you say that, always know that God has a plan for you. When did you notice that there was a plan in God's hands for you?
When God humbled me. Like, because I always thought I knew it all. Because like I said, I had to experience everything on my own. So when I realized I didn't know it all, I sat down and Exactly really just came to me. Like, it was, I always wanted to start a brand, but the names I would come up with was like anybody could come up with that. So I'm just like, nah, let me just sit on it. And how I came up with Exactly was I was actually watching a Christian podcast, and they kept saying exactly. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And like I felt it in my spirit, like God was telling me that's the one, like that's the one. And I'm gonna be honest, cause like my mom, she my biggest supporter, but she definitely gonna tell you if it ain't gonna work. Like she gonna tell you, like nah, that ain't it.
That's good.
Yeah, and even when I told my mom, like, you know how moms is, you gotta do something.
Right.
Something.
Yeah. Go to college.
She was laying down on her bed. She was like, you need to figure out what you gonna do. And I said, I know what I'm gonna do. She was like, you can rap, but you still gotta figure out what you wanna do. And I was like, nah, like I got a plan. And she was like, she was like, what's your plan? I said, I'm gonna start a brand. And I'm like, what? She was like, what kind of brand? I'm like, a clothing brand. She was like, okay. She was like, what you gonna call it? I said, Exactly. She was like, exactly. She's like, ooh, I like that. And I was like, word. Like, my mom like that.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
You know that's valid when Duke's like,
Because
moms be a little strict. Like, what you talking about? Bro?
Get a job and go get up out of here.
So that's I actually want to ask a question. So I know you said like your mom basically pushed you into going to school, and you didn't realize how important it was, but now you see that. Can you tell us how much of a blessing school has been to
yeah.
you. What do you get from school, just and things like that?
Oh man, it's a big blessing because I've been to so many schools. I've been to MCC, ECC, UB, Buff State, still at Buff State. Shout out to Buff State.
Shout out to Buff State.
Yeah,
We
because that school, and it's crazy because everybody was telling me go to Buff State.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope. I'm like, no, I'm going to be out there getting in trouble and doing all type of stuff I ain't supposed to be doing. But going to Buff State for fashion and just seeing what not only the fashion students, but Africana studies, criminal justice, like seeing what all black people are doing, going to Ghana, you know, going to London for study abroad and learning about fashion, learning about culture. And it's just like I'm not even going to these countries, but I'm seeing it from IG, and I'm realizing like, wow, like yeah. So it's just like, man, I'm literally in the door. I don't even have to be going to Ghana, but not only do they know me by Exactly Trayy, I don't gotta be in school for them to support me. If I'm posting a music video or if I'm having a pop up, they're gonna repost it. Like they're gonna tell their friends that probably don't even touch Buff State. Like they probably touch it like once a year. And that's for Runway. So it's just like I didn't just build a connection with Buff State. I made a family with them. You know, these are people I can actually call if I need help. If I want to know how to make a loafer, I could hit up my teacher, and she'll be like, "I know this person. Go talk to them." I got this student named Trey coming to your store. Just talk to him about making a loafer. You know what I'm saying? So, I think going to school is good if we're going to the right school. Because I mean, I'll admit college ain't for everybody. You know, but just like trade school not for everybody. Like some people really just want to do what they want to do, but make sure that you do know this is not a game. This is not for no internet, because at the end of the day, you are putting yourself out there, and it get dangerous. It definitely get dangerous. The things you do outside of your business or outside of your career or your image, it can get dangerous. So definitely, if you're gonna do this, you don't gotta go to school, but make sure that you are getting around people that know the business, know what they're talking about, and they ain't just looking for no money. They really want to create something. So
that's good, because now we're actually going into our next category and basically talking about passing through TSA, right? And when you go through TSA, there's some things that you may have to let go, some things that may they just can't come with you on this journey, on this flight. So what are some things that I guess you would say personally that you had to let go, or even things that you see out in the world that people need to let go to get to the next level that may be holding them back?
Man, I had to let go of a lot of people, bro. I did, because you know I'm big on loyalty. I'm big on loyalty, and it's like I'm big on love to the point where it's like if God met me where I'm at, I'm gonna meet you where you at. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes God tells us that we need to flee from things. So it's just like it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not who you is. Like if you love a person, you love a person. But you know, if it's not aligning with the plan that God has for you, and He's showing you over and over again, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, I had to see it for myself, and I just had to. Came to a point where I was just tired of, kept trying, you know. And another thing I had to let go was, you know, my time on certain things that I didn't need to put my time in, like social media or just hanging around. Like one thing my mom used to tell me when I was younger, like, even if I'm going to the gym, I might be going to hoop, whatever. As long as I know I'm not getting in no trouble, I'm being productive. My mom was like, no, that's not productive. My mom was like, nah, you need to be trying to get a job, something. Now that I'm older, and now I go to Buff State and all that, and I'm seeing all these events and all these opportunities I can get. I'm like, oh, that's what my mom meant. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, I was not productive. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, just I had to let go of a lot of habits like procrastination. I had to learn to stop being so lazy, so depressed. You know, acting like love, joy, and as long as God give you another day, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Gratitude.
No matter what you going through, because at the end of the day, bro, it's somebody that wish they was at where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's some people that's gone, that's looking at us, and still wish, man, if God just give me one more day in life or whatever, I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't take that for granted because this is nothing but grace. So
yeah, that's good. You got to make the best of what you got. You know, God gave you another day, another opportunity. Go out and get it. Like, and it's just that simple. Like, and that's amazing, bro. So listen, we're gonna go on a quick break. We're gonna see y'all in a second. All right.
Menthol is not just a flavor. It's a manipulative way for big tobacco to target, attract, and addict Black Americans. Tobacco companies aggressively market menthol products using elements of Black culture, putting more products on shelves in Black communities and making them cheaper. And it's not just an injustice, it's killing us. Smoking-related illnesses are the #1 cause of death in the African American community. Help us fight this injustice at notjustmenthol.org.
Listen, we are back.
We
are back. We're gonna get right back into it. So I got a question. So on this journey, right, you gotta make connections. You talked a lot about just building connections, networking. So what would you tell to somebody who's trying to, go in the same direction that you're going? How can they get there? What is some advice that you would give to them?
Don't be scared. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the music and fashion industry, it's funny people.
Yeah.
It's a lot of funny people. But at the end of the day, don't get in your own way.
Yeah.
Don't get in your own way. Like, no means next opportunity.
Yeah.
So,
No means next opportunity.
so it's just like, if it's a no here, it's just a yes over here somewhere. So, and don't be scared to let people know who you really are. Like, don't try to sugarcoat nothing or try to hide nothing. None of that. Let people know who you are. If you are not creative, it is okay.
For sure.
Like, just be honest. That's what the help is there for. If you're just a person with an idea, a vision, you have a creative vision. So you just need people to help you. But you gotta open your mouth. You gotta talk to people. You gotta get out there. If you want to try something different, you make music. You still make music. Now you're doing a podcast. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so it's just like, if you're, I don't know, a music artist and you want to do photography, don't be scared to do that. Because somebody going to say, oh, everybody's trying to be a photographer now. And, you know what I mean? So it's just like, nah, bro. Because you never know. That might be your thing.
Right.
You know, but you're not going to know that if you're scared to do it because a lot of outside noise.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we even talk about like on this flight, right? When you get on an airplane, they have a seat already for you.
Yeah.
So that seat is not for nobody else but for you. That seat is assigned to you. So that just shows how important identity is, because that seat is specifically for you. It's designed. Just whatever God has in store is for you, and nobody can take that seat.
Yeah.
You know, so like, I need you to elaborate a little bit more on identity. How important is identity as an artist, as a creator?
It's important. Like, let's be honest. Like, when you hear Exactly, at least in Buffalo,
Right.
you're going to think of Trey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just like, it's very important. But that's what I was saying earlier, that you can't be scared to let people know who you really are.
Yeah.
Because people are going to support who you are.
Right.
People literally tell me they support Exactly because they know that I'm a genuine person.
Yeah.
But if they didn't know who I was, they'd be like, okay, who this person?
Right.
Like,
Right.
They probably only gonna wear it if they see everybody else wearing it, because they trying to get into that lane now. which is fine. You know what I'm saying?
More money in my pocket.
Yeah, yeah, that too. That too. More money in my pocket. More money in the brand's pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But also you just,
The LLC.
yeah, it's just like, just don't be trying to force it either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, your plan is your plan, and those, like I said, I had to let people go.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, certain people, it can be your closest friend.
Mm-hmm.
It could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your cousin.
Yeah.
They might not see your vision, but you do.
Right.
And as long as you do it, you can go to San Diego right now,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody might see your vision, and you might have to pay them millions of dollars. But once that's done, you post the content or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody sees the vision. No,
Right.
it works like that, but it's just like, at the end of the day, one thing people won't have to respect about you is that you didn't stop. Nothing stopped you. So it's just like, and when nothing stops you, and you see how far you can really go, you're gonna realize like, okay, I do need certain people. Right. I can't be up in a bubble. I can't be in the corner. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I need help. And that's one thing I had to let go too, was I had to start acting like I don't need help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's good.
it was hard.
It was.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was, for sure. But that's good. That's good. Exactly, Trey. Trey, tell us a little bit. I know you're working on an album, a few things. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about the vision. What are you trying to portray through your work and things like that? The stuff you got coming up.
So I got 2 projects coming out this year. The first one dropping in August. It's called I Just Feel Like Rapping.
Okay.
It's really just about me getting back into music, because I was in a hiatus. I was just focused on fashion. Because I was in a music group, and I couldn't really be myself in that group. So, like I said, I had to let people go. Yeah. So it's just like I had to find myself again. And like I said, I run that 2023, and then now, type of time, that's when I started to get myself back together. And I actually dropped a song called I Just Feel Like Rapping. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not that I didn't like the song, it's just a song I didn't care about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when people heard it, and because one of the lines of my songs is exactly this, exactly that, and obviously I'm talking about my brand.
Right.
And then literally, it is mostly, I'm gonna be honest, it's mostly women
Yeah.
that say, that one song where you go exactly this, exactly that. I'm like, you like that song?
Yeah,
man?
that's so funny.
Yeah,
When you're
yeah.
not even,
Yeah.
too fine,
I'm like, you like that song? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, all right.
That's crazy.
And that's the main song they talk about. So it's just like, all right, just seeing that, and then seeing people post it on their stories, seeing people post it in their little bubble stories on their IG. I'm like, wow. And, seeing people wear the brand while they posting it, and, they have it saved in their favorites and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just call it EP that. But then also the second project I'm doing, which he's on there. Yeah, he's on there,
That's what's up.
We're trying to get Hannah on there.
Might have to.
I
Yeah.
don't know what they're talking about.
But it's called Arts and Crafts.
Okay.
And the meaning for that one is it's pretty much this, like, pretty much the starting of this interview was like, how did I get started with rapping and just being in the art and everything. But first of all, we were all created by God, and He's a creator, so that makes us creators. And I'm just talking about from that time until now. And I'm pretty much giving you my whole background and how I evolved from it and what I'm on now with art and my craft.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Exactly, Trey is talking about how no matter whatever turbulence he faced, he kept pushing. He had that vision, and he just blessed. His gratitude is really what just keeps him pushing, just knowing that God gave him another opportunity. So that's just so amazing, Trey, man. We appreciate you for coming out. Where can they find you on social media?
Exactly Trayy _ on Instagram. Exactly NY on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Any last remarks?
I would say if you had to leave one key message
Yeah.
with the audience about their own journey, what would it be? You know, how you prepare.
If you want to fight the greatness, come to this podcast.
You know, I said,
Yeah.
no, that's good. No, it was great. It's great to have you.
Yes.
It's
Thank you.
awesome to see you again.
Yes, yes.
First time I met bro was at my first karaoke.
Right around the
Okay,
corner. Yeah.
he was up there rapping, doing his music. I'm like, bro, do your thing.
Yeah. Shout out my boy Rob. Shout out my boy Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a good night. So I just want to say thank you again. And you gave your website already?
So I'm actually building the website.
Okay.
I'm building the website, but y'all can follow me on
Okay.
Exactly New York.
Yeah.
If you want to follow my personal, it's Exactly Trayy _. If you want to add the Facebook, it's Exactly NY. So.
What are some ways that people can support you?
Yeah.
Follow the Instagram,
For sure.
Exactly New York. We're having a pop up in August
Okay.
at Trend Up on Allen Street.
Okay.
Shout out to Gio.
That's what's up.
And then for the rest of the year, we're gonna have the website up,
Yeah.
and y'all gonna be able to get work jackets, hoodies, sweaters, sweatpants, shirts, trucker hats, and a two-tone hat.
That's good.
So
I was about to say, what does it all entail? But
Yeah.
you said exactly what I was thinking
Yeah.
of. So yeah, that's
Exactly
what's up.
what you was thinking.
Yep. So we thank you.
We thank you.
We thank
Yes.
you for landing safely, for propelling us forward, and showing us how to continue, even if you take a break, even if
Right.
you don't understand,
Yeah.
what's next. Obviously you honor and that you acknowledge that God has a plan for you. So
Absolutely.
we say, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay,
Right, let's go.
so thank you for tuning in again to a
Yeah.
Flight to Greatness here with Hannah, Damon, and your guy, Exactly Trayy. So until next time, we'll see you later.
Yes.
Menthol is not just a flavor. It's a manipulative way for big tobacco to target, attract, and addict Black Americans. Tobacco companies aggressively market menthol products using elements of Black culture, putting more products on shelves in Black communities and making them cheaper. And it's not just an injustice, it's killing us. Smoking-related illnesses are the #1 cause of death in the African American community. Help us fight this injustice at notjustmenthol.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your final destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Be careful when opening overhead bins as items may have shifted. If this is your final stop, thank you for flying with us. For those who have connected flights, check the monitors or ask the crew for help. We appreciate your business, and we hope we'll see you again. Welcome to your final destination.